ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ So we are waiting for ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅਨਾਉਂਸਮੈਂਟਸ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਈਏ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਹਾਂਗੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਰੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੰਪੋਜ਼ੀਅਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਰਿਚਰਡਸਨ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ 'ਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ this one is I think 18th that we are doing in Dallas, Texas. So ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ best of luck. You all are here. That means you have already won. So that's one thing everybody has to remember, okay? And thanks to all the parents who brought the kids, and of course the volunteers and everybody you are seeing running around, judges, parents, everybody. Thank you so much for bringing the kids and fulfilling all the commitment. So the main announcements that I have to say is each group we will tell you how many number of times and what time the bell will ring. So don't worry about that right now. So we will go over that with each group. The main thing is please be quiet here in the Darbar Hall, especially when the speeches are going on. Think about it. If you are done with the speech and the next person is speaking and you are talking, that's not good for that participant because they can get distracted, okay? So we have to be respectful for everyone to make sure that they are quiet in the Darbar Hall. Make sure your phones are turned off or on vibration. Please check it. Check it before you think that it's on the vibration. There is a doorkeeper at the entrance of Darbar Hall which will allow Sangat members to go in and out only in between the speeches, not during the speeches. So even if you have to go out, you cannot go out until the speech is done, and we are making an announcement in between two speeches, okay? So make sure that you are not running around. So no jayakara for any individual speech. All the Sangat members, this one is for you. We will do one jayakara for each group after it's done. The next one is after one group is done. Sangat members, judges and participants, no extra marks are given to Punjabi speakers. We only give them $20 just because they were speaking in Punjabi. So just remember, whether you speak in Punjabi or in English, it's okay. Okay, so no extra marks for Punjabi speakers. That's what I want to say. In each group, 1 to 5 participants, if there is, then first position goes to regional competition. 6 to 12, second position goes. 13 to 19, the third position goes. So think about it. There will be lots of kids who will be going to the regional competition too. Another thing is, make sure that you stay away from judges when they're writing their comments and doing their stuff. Please do not try to look at what the marks they are giving and what they are writing on the page. That's why this line is. Judges, you have to be in front of that line. Sangat members, please help us to keep everybody around you to be quiet during the speeches. That's very, very important. Timekeeper will be also in front, so you will hear the bell sound, and we will show you the bell. Can you put yeah. They need to hear that. Timekeeper also need to sign, judges need to sign their papers, and everybody needs, make sure that if it is yellowed out or use the highlighter, that means you have to sign your name or write something over there. The other thing is that this year what we are doing is when the first participant comes and does the speech, we'll go back to Chaur Sahib Seva, do the Chaur Sahib Seva until the second participant is finished, and then that will be doing it, okay? So that's the best way that we are covering up for Chaur Seva for everybody all the time. And that's one, means we have to give respect to Guru Granth Sahib, and we have to have one Sevadar over there all the time. And that's something new that we have done today. Now we are going to get ready for the Ardas, and everybody just Let's get ready for Ardas before we start the competition. Group 2.
ਨਾਨਕ ਸਭ ਤੇਰੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ ਕੋਈ ਨਾਉ ਨ ਜਾਣੈ। ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਭ ਤੇਰੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ ਕੋਈ ਨਾਉ ਨ ਜਾਣੈ। ਮੇਰਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜੀ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਅਰਦਾਸ ਏਕ ਓਂਕਾਰ। ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਭਗਉਤੀ ਜੀ ਸਹਾਇ। ਵਾਰ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਭਗਉਤੀ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀ ਦਸਵੀਂ। ਪ੍ਰਥਮ ਭਗਉਤੀ ਸਿਮਰ ਕੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਲਈ ਧਿਆਏ। ਫਿਰ ਅੰਗਦ ਗੁਰ ਤੇ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਰਾਮਦਾਸੈ ਹੋਈ ਸਹਾਇ। ਅਰਜਨ ਹਰਿ ਗੋਬਿੰਦਨੋ ਸਿਮਰੋ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿ ਰਾਏ। ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਜੀ ਧਿਆਈਐ ਜਿਸ ਡਿਠੇ ਸਭ ਦੁਖ ਜਾਏ। ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਿਮਰਿਐ ਘਰ ਨੌਨ ਦਾਵੈ ਧਾਇ। ਸਭ ਥਾਈਂ ਹੋਈ ਜੀ ਸਹਾਇ। ਦਸਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਭ ਥਾਈਂ ਹੋਈ ਜੀ ਸਹਾਇ। ਦਸਾਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਆਤਮਿਕ ਜੋਤ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਠ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਦਿਦਾਰ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਤਰਕੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਬੋਲੋ ਜੀ। ਪੰਜਾਂ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਚੌਹਾਂ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ 40 ਮੁਕਤਿਆਂ ਹੱਠੀਆਂ ਜੱਪੀਆਂ ਤੱਪੀਆਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਿਆ ਵੰਡ ਛਕਿਆ। ਦੇਗ ਚਲਾਈ ਤੇਗ ਵਾਹੀ ਦੇਖ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ ਨਿਠ ਕੀਤਾ। ਤਨਾ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਸਚਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਤਰਕੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਬੋਲੋ ਜੀ। ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਸਿੰਘਣੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਧਰਮ ਹੇਤ ਸੀਸ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਬੰਦ ਬੰਦ ਕਟਾਏ ਖੋਪਰੀਆਂ ਲੋਹਾਈਆਂ ਚਰਖੜੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਚੜੇ ਤਾਂ ਨਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਚਰਵਾਏ ਗਏ। ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀਆਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ। ਧਰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਾਰਿਆ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਸਦਕੇ ਸਾਂ ਸਵਾਸਾਂ ਸੰਗ ਨਿਭਾਹੀ। ਤਿਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਕਮਾਈ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਤਰਕੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਬੋਲੋ ਜੀ। ਪੰਜਾਂ ਤਖਤਾਂ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਤਰਕੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਬੋਲੋ ਜੀ। ਪ੍ਰਥਮੈ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਸਰਬੱਤ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਕੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਨਾਮ ਚਿਤਾਵੈ। ਚਿਤਾਵਨ ਕਾ ਸਦਕਾ ਸਰਬ ਸੁਖ ਹੋਵੈ। ਜਹਾਂ ਜਹਾਂ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਰਛਿਆ ਰਿਆਇਤ। ਦੇਗ ਤੇਗ ਫਤਿਹ ਬਿਰਦ ਕੀ ਪੈਜ ਪੰਥ ਕੀ ਜੀ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸਹਾਇ। ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਕੇ ਬੋਲ ਬਾਲੇ ਬੋਲੋ ਜੀ। ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾਨ ਕੇਸ ਦਾਨ ਰਹਿਤ ਦਾਨ ਵਿਵੇਕ ਦਾਨ ਵਿਸਾਹੋ ਦਾਨ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਦਾਨ ਦਾਨਾ ਸਰਦਾਨ ਨਾਮਦਾਨ। ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨੀਆਂ ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨ ਚੌਂਕੀਆਂ ਝੰਡੇ ਬੁੰਗੇ ਜੁਗੋ ਜੁਗਾ ਟਲ ਧਰਮ ਕਾ ਜੈਕਾਰ। ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਕੇ ਬੋਲ ਬਾਲੇ ਬੋਲੋ ਜੀ। ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਮਨ ਨੀਵਾਂ ਮਤ ਉੱਚੀ ਮਤ ਪੱਦਾ ਰਾਖੈ। ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਆਪ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੰਥ ਦੇ ਸਦਾ ਸਹਾਈ ਦਾਤਾਰ ਜੀਓ। ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਨਨਕਾਣਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਅਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਗੁਰਧਾਮਾਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਪੰਥ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਛੋੜਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਤਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਦਿਦਾਰ ਅਤੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਸੰਭਾਲ ਦਾ ਦਾਨ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ ਜੀ। ਹੇ ਨਿਮਾਣਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਮਾਣ ਨਿਤਾਣਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਤਾਣ ਨਿਓਟਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਓਟ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਹਜੂਰ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਕਮਲਾਂ ਵਿਖੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀਓ। ਵਿਦਿਆ ਵਿਚਾਰੀ ਤਾਂ ਪਰਉਪਕਾਰੀ ਦੇ ਮਹਾਂਵਾਕਾਂ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀਓ। ਸਿੱਖ ਸੰਪੋਜ਼ੀਅਮ 2019 ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀਓ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਹਜ਼ੂਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਰੰਭਤਾ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਮਿਹਰ ਕਰਨੀ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਮਿਹਰ ਪ੍ਰਿਆਤ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਟੀਚਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਮਿਹਰ ਪ੍ਰਿਆਤ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਗੁਰਮਤ ਦੀ ਤਾਲੀਮ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀਓ। ਗੁਰਮਤ ਦੀ ਸੋਝੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਬਾਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀਓ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਟੀਚਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਜੋੜੀ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀਓ। ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਮਿਹਰ ਪ੍ਰਿਆਤ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀਓ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੰਪੋਜ਼ੀਅਮ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਿਰੇ ਚੜ੍ਹਾਉਣਾ ਰਹਿਮਤ ਕਰਨੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀਓ। ਸਭਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਪਿਆਰ ਇਤਫਾਕ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਸੋਝੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀਓ। ਸਹੀ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਮੇਲ ਕਰਾਉਣੇ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਚਿਤਾਵੇ। ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ, ਤੇਰੇ ਪਾਣੇ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਦੋਹਰਾ ਗਿਆ ਭਈ ਅਕਾਲ ਕੀ, ਸਭ ਸਿੱਖਣ ਕੋ ਹੁਕਮ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਜੀ ਮਾਨਿਓ, ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੋ ਮਿਲਬੋ ਚਾਹੈ। ਰਾਜ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ख्वार होए सब मिलेंगे, ख्वार होए सब मिलेंगे। बोले सो निहाल। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की। वाहिगुरु साहिब जी। बाणी गुरु गुरु है बाणी, विच बाणी अमृत सारे। गुरबाणी कहे सेवक जन मानै, प्रतख गुरु निस्तारे। वाहिगुरु साहिब जी। श्लोक महला तीजा। ब्रह्म बिंदै तिसदा ब्रह्मत रहै, एक शब्द लिव लाए। नव निधि 18 सिद्धि पिछे लगियां फिरै, जो हर हृदय सदा वसाए। ब्रह्म बिंदै तिसदा ब्रह्मत रहै, एक शब्द लिव लाए। नव निधि 18 सिद्धि पिछे लगियां फिरै, जो हर हृदय सदा वसाए। बिन सतगुर नाओ ना पाईऐ, बूझो कर विचार। नानक पूरे भाग सतगुर मिलै, सुख पाए जुग चार। महला तीजा। क्या गभरू क्या बिरद है, मनमुख तृष्णा भुख न जाए। गुरमुख शब्दे रत्या, शीतल होए आप गवाए। अंदर तृप्त संतोखिया, फिर भुख न लगै आए। नानक जे गुरमुख करहै सो प्रवान है, जो नाम रहे लिव लाए। पौड़ी। हौं बलहारी तिन कौ, जो गुरमुख सिखा। जो हर नाम ध्याए दे, तिन दर्शन पिखा। सुन कीर्तन हर गुण रवा, हर जस मन लिखा। हर नाम सलाही रंग स्यों, सब किलविख कृखा। धन धन सुहावा सो शरीर थान है, जिथे मेरा गुर धरे विखा। धन धन सुहावा सो शरीर थान है, ਜਿੱਥੈ ਮੇਰਾ ਗੁਰ ਧਰੇ ਵਿਖਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
So we'll be starting with the group 2. Judges for this group are Jaswant Singh. Javan Singh, sorry. Navneet Kaur, Arpinder Kaur. Before we get started, we have a few announcements for the judges. If you have not already signed, please sign the declaration form at this time. Also sign the end of the score sheets. Also, when you're giving the marks to the speakers, please highlight the name so you don't make mistakes in who you're giving the marks to. We'd like you to stay here until the end of the group, and we may have any questions so we can talk to you all. Do not leave any column without any scores. We want to make sure you have your comments in there as well. And last, once we are done, we'll please make sure that we get the folders back from you all. At this time, we'll start with the first speaker. Hanji.
ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਸਟੇਜ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੁਣ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਤੇ I wanted to introduce that before we started, but I know we are going a little bit behind the schedule. We will catch up pretty soon. I do have the first participant's name here. Timekeeper, remember group 2 we start. And the first, how many minutes are there? Did I write it? 5. No, 6. This is 6-1. So the first will be, did you give it? Yes. So the first bell will be at 5 minutes 30 seconds, second will be at 6 minutes, and third will be 6 minutes 30 seconds. So participants, if the third bell rings, make sure that you finish your speech quickly, because then we deduct few marks. So make sure the third bell does not, means if it rings and you want to finish, that's your choice, but after third ring, make sure that you finish your speech. So the first participant, we took it out from one of the little kid down there, is number 8, Navya Kaur. Number 8, Navya Kaur.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Navya Kaur. Khalsa Ji, you know that we have a lot of brave Sikh women in our history, but today I would like to talk about 3 brave Sikh women. The first one I'm going to talk about is Mai Bag Kaur. Mai Bag Kaur, popularly known as Mai Bago. She was born in village Chabad near Amritsar. As a young girl, she heard the Sakhis of the martyrdom of Guru Arjan Dev Ji and of army attacks on Guru Har Gobind, state terrorism against the Gurus, and Sikhs were often talked about in her family. When she was a child, she heard Sakhis of Guru Tegh Bahadur and 3 other Sikhs, Bhai Dayala Ji, Bhai Bati Das, and Bhai Sati Das, who were tortured and murdered at Delhi in 1675. The sad news touched her heart, but she decided in her mind to do her duty to stop such violence against the Sikhs. This thought grew stronger and stronger in her mind as she grew into her teens. Mata Bagkor got so upset with the 46 for coming home when the battle of Chamkor between Guru Gobind Singh and Vizier Khan. The 46 left the Guru alone in the battlefield as they got scared they would get killed. Mata Bagkor was so upset she said that they were not Singhs. The second one I'm going to talk about is Mata Kishan Kaur. She was a brave woman born in 1856. Her husband died while serving Burma. She decided to spend the rest of her life in the service of the Khalsa Panth. In 1903, she went to Gurdwara in Sachkhand. She took Amrit in becoming a saint soldier of the Khalsa Panth. She donated herself to organizing people to preach and practice the equality of men and women, and the so-called low caste and high caste of Hindu society. She joined the freedom movement as an active worker. In September 1922, during Guru Ka Bagh Morcha, Sikhs were beaten by police, so Mataji undertook the seva of carrying injured Sikhs. She performed a daring deed during Joto Morcha. She suffered for the freedom of Gurdwara from the government control. The Khalsa Panth honored her at Akal Takat. She died at the age of 96 in 1952. The third one I'm going to talk about is Sardarni Sadakar. Sardarni Sadakar, mother-in-law of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, is one of the builders of the Sikh Raj. She was married with Sardar Gurbaksh Singh. He got murdered in a fight and leaving young Sardarni Sadakar a widow. But she did not lose her heart. She decided to face all the problems bravely and tactfully. She handled her job so wisely she was able to achieve the long-cherished goal at the Sikhs of becoming the ruler of Punjab. She used her power to unite all the major missiles to take over the rule of Punjab. Whenever an opponent tried to weaken her, of any invader tried to loot her territory, she defeated them to silence forever. The Sikh Raj was established in 1799 in Punjab. Sardarni Sadakar carved out a place for herself in the history of northwest India as one of the builders of the Sikh state. I will keep Sikh principles in my mind. I will follow the same path in my life because we should raise our voice against the cruelty. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Judges, that was Navya Kaur. Good job, Navya. When the next speaker comes, I'd like to request they do matha tek before they start their speech, please. Thank you. Our next speaker, judges. Okay, judges. Good. Our next speaker is number 2, Pahul Kaur. Number 2, Pahul Kaur. She's not here? Next speaker, number 5, Tejas Singh. Number 5, Tejas Singh.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Faith. What is faith? For some, it is just a 5-letter word, and for some, it is larger than life. My Bagkor was a great Surma, and her faith in Sikhism meant a lot to her. My Bagkor was distressed to hear when 40 Sikhs signed Badava and deserted the crew under adverse conditions. She was upset because they not only abandoned the group, but also their faith. She addressed them, and hearing her taunts, these Sikhs were ashamed at their deed. Her sharp words awakened the souls of many men and restored their faith. She inspired them to return to the Guru Sharan and led them to seek his pardon. My Bagkor got her saint soldier spirit through an organic cycle which was fueled by inspirational sakhis of martyrdoms of gurus and tortures done too by Tyalarji, by Matidasji, and by Satidasji. The thought of revenge and her faith grew stronger and stronger as she grew up. She took Amrit in 1699 and wanted to join Khalsa forces to prove her love towards Guru, but her request was turned down by her family because she was a woman. She started learning martial arts and mastered the art of using spear and continued to nurse the idea of joining the Khalsa forces. Mata Kishan Kaur was born in 1856 to Sardar Subhasin and Chilan Kurpani and Sikh history while growing up. At an early age, Mata Kishan Kaur became widow and was left with no offsprings and no support from society. In spite of being a single woman, she went on to make following noteworthy achievements. Number 1, in 1920, she led and protested against Mahants and made them vacate the Golden Temple. Number 2, in 1922, she participated in Ruka Bagh Morcha and embarrassed the British government by slapping a police officer and made them award lands to Sikhs. Number 3, in Jato agitation, she played key tactician role by disguising herself as a Jan woman and revealed true facts about Sikh killings, which made the British government uncomfortable. न डरो और सो जब जाए लड़ो निश्चय करे अपने जीत करो. Mata Kishan Kaur's courage and actions will always inspire and guide me in leading my own life. We need to be rock solid in our faith, which in turn leads to fearless courage and victory. Recently, I was bullied at school and I talked to my parents and teachers to make sure it will not happen again. Her story will remind me how I shall help when someone else is being bullied, and I shall encourage the victim to speak to his parents and teachers. In a nutshell, she will always remind me to step up and adapt to different roles in order to solve issues which are faced by our society. Sad Sundar Ji, I get goosebumps reading how Sikh women in Mir Manu's jail were tortured in the most barbaric, inhuman manner possible. ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਤੋਤੇ ਗਲੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਵਾਏ ਪਰ ਧਰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਾਰਿਆ. नाम जप्या ते गुरु दे पाने नु मिठा करके मन्या. They sacrificed their own life. Sera jaye ta jaye, mera chiti se rat na jaye. They refused to embrace the Islam religion or to get lured by comforts which were offered by Mir Manu and other qazis. Sardarni Sarakor was very brave, a seasoned tactician and a good negotiator. She followed the principle of Kirtani with passion and sacrifices, which included making alliances with neighboring leaders and married her daughter to Ranjit Singh at a very young age. She worked selflessly and carved Sikh Raj for Ranjit Singh and achieved the long, cherished goal of Sikhs becoming rulers of Punjab. We are all living in a world full of Maya and have good and bad influences around us. I would like to follow the three basic principles of Sikhism: Nam Japana, Kirtani, and Vanchakana. I shall recite Nam so that I can keep my faith and fearlessly keep doing Kirti. My earnings from Karni will further help me to share the fruits with everyone through donations and seva. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you, Tejas Singh. Judges. Our next speaker is number 3, Jasmay Kaur. Jasmay Kaur.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। गगन दमामा बाजियो परिगो निशाने खाओ, खेत जो मांडियो सूरमा अब जूझन को जाओ। सूरा सो पहचानिए जो लड़े दीन के हेत, पुरजा पुरजा कट मरे कबूना शाडे केत. Very bold and famous quote by Guru Gobind Singh Ji. We use these quotes for our brave San Sipais, like Baba Banda Singh Bahadur, Bhai Taru Singh, Bhai Mani Singh, and many more. But have you guys heard of the women San Sipai who served and sacrificed their life for the Khalsa Panth? Today I'll be talking about some of our women San Sipais. It's not about being a boy or a girl. In each of us there's a shining pearl. There is a hope it will light us all if, like Mataji, we stand high and tall. First, I'll start Mata Palkor, the inspirational role model to me, many other young girls, and the future generation. Her devotion to Sikhism is inspiring. Mai Pago was raised as a devoted Sikh since childhood. Since childhood, she had a dream of serving Guruji, but just because of gender inequality, she was not able to fulfill her wish. And to see 46 wasting their opportunity to serve Guru Sahib made Mai Pago very upset. And when she came to know about the truth about why they deserted Guru Sahib, she felt like she was struck by lightning, and her radiant face turned red. This made her upset because she had the dream and desire to serve Guru Sahib and sacrifice her life for the Khalsa Panth. Mai Bhago gets her long-desired wish to become an active Sant Sipahi in the army of the Guru. Mata Kaur gets her Sant Sipahi personality from Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji and 3 Sikhs, Bhai Dayala Ji, Bhai Mati Das Ji, and Bhai Sati Das Ji, who were tortured and murdered in Delhi in 1675. The sad news touched Mai Bhago's heart, and she decided in her mind that she would stop such violence against the Sikhs. She was also inspired by Guru Gobind Singh Ji, which made her master in martial arts. Seated on her royal steed, spearing the enemy with strength and speed, beautiful Kaur with her glowing face, remembering him, she was full of grace. We all know about Mai Bhago as a brave Sant Sipahi, but does anyone in this Diwan Hall know about Mata Kishan Kaur, her achievements, strengths, and the obstacles she had faced? Well, let me tell you a little about her. Mata Kishan Kaur was born in 1856. While living in her village, she learned Gurbani and Sikh history in the Gurdwara nearby. Besides of all the obstacles she had faced, she had many accomplishments. The first thing she had accomplished was when her husband died, his brother did not let her take over the possession of her share of land. When other methods failed, she went to the fields and personally told him to leave the fields for her. Finding her alone and helpless, he had made some vulgar jokes and did not leave the fields. She was a courageous and brave person. She raised her strong arm and fixed a hard slap on his face. The man, feeling guilty of his misbehavior and being hit by an upright woman, ran away to avoid a second slap from her. She also joined the freedom movement with the Khalsa Panth in the 20th century as an active worker against the Mahans and was successful in throwing them out of the Golden Temple. Lastly, Mataji and her associates undertook the seva of caring for the injured Sikhs and taking them to hospitals and nursing them there. Every day she would go with Jata to the Guru Ka Pag morcha and attend the Sikhs who were badly beaten by police. Mata Kishan Kaur could be a guiding light for all of us. Despite the fact that she was a widow, she lost both her sons and she faced lots of curses from the Hindu society. She decided to spend the rest of her life in the service of Khalsa Panth. She took Amrit and even tied a turban. She devoted herself to the Khalsa Panth. She was honored by the Khalsa Panth at the Akal Takht and given the title of Mataji. I have learned a lot from the life history of Mataji, and I hope everyone sitting in this Diwan Hall will get inspired by the same. The life spent in the service of society is fruitful. Sikh women can accomplish this by overcoming their family's limitations. We all know the stories about the brave and mighty Maharaja Ranjit Singh. But have you ever heard of Sardarni Sada Kaur? Well, let me tell you a little about her. She was the mother-in-law of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, and she was one of the most famous women Sant Sipahi known in the history of Khalsa Panth. Before talking about Sardarni Sada Kaur, let me tell you all something about the woman in Mir Mannu's jail. Mir Mannu, the governor of Lahore at that time, gave orders to kill Sikhs, and the women and kids were brought to jail. Inhuman tortures were done to the Sikh women and kids, and were forced to convert. But not a single person submitted to the cruel government. They were kept hungry and forced to grind grains by working on heavy stone mills. They did not want these women to die, so they gave them minimum ration. But our strong mothers did not give up. To break their will in high spirits, they were made to watch their kids being thrown up in the air to fall back on sharp blades of spears. Then, children were cut into pieces and put as a necklace around the neck of their mothers. Despite of all these inhuman tortures, these brave women kept their high spirits and did not change their faith. Now, coming back to Sardarni Sada Kaur, she lost her husband, and her father-in-law gave up. She was left with no choice rather than to sit and mourn his death. But she did not give up. She bravely and tactfully faced all these problems. She was successful in combining the two big missiles, Shakar Chakya and Kanaya, which became the #1 force in Punjab. Now, if we see the woman in these circumstances, first the woman in Mir Mannu's jail, despite of all the inhuman tortures, they did not give up their Sikhi spirit. And on the other hand, we have Sardarni Sada Kaur, who did not let her spirit for Khalsa Panth fall back. If I was told which path to choose, I would definitely choose the path leading to Sikhi. The path which is true, which gives you strength, which leads you in the right directions. On these paths, I may have to face lots of obstacles, resentments, and sacrifices. But remember, if you have faith in yourself that the path you've chosen is right, nothing can defeat you. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
There's a YouTube live feed. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ email ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੋ ਤੇ they all can see it as well. Distraction thing. ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲਾਈਵ ਫੀਡ ਦੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਹ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਈਮੇਲ ਭੇਜਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, so you guys can all check into that. Judges, our next speaker is number 4, Ishveer Singh. Number 4, Ishveer Singh.
मेरी प्यारी साध संगत जी, वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। जो लड़े दीन की हेत, सूरा सोही, पुरजा कट परे, काबू नशा देखेत। Today I'm going to talk about the bravery and faith of several Sikh women who lived during different time frames, helped grow Sikhi, and whom we can learn a lot about how to lead our lives better today. Mata Kaur was a true trailblazer and was the first woman in Punjab to fight on a battlefield. Growing up, she heard Sakhis of the Mughals' cruelties and injustices done to the Sikhs. This affected her strongly, and she resolved to help Guruji fight against these injustices. To become a true Sant Sipahi, she took Amrit and decided to give up her own life for Guruji. But her father prevented her from joining Guruji's army as she was a woman, and that was not a fit profession for her in his mind. That's why when she heard about the 46 abandoning Guru Gobind Singh Ji, she got very upset. How could a true follower of Guruji, who actually had the privilege of serving him, give up that privilege? All this while, she wanted to have the privilege of serving Guruji, but was denied as being a woman. Ultimately, she was able to rekindle their faith, and they followed her back to the battlefield. All 40 of them sacrificed themselves in battle, and Guruji forgave them. What I can learn from this Sakhi is that the privilege of being a Sikh comes with the personal responsibility of standing up for the needy, be it a kid being bullied at school or a soccer teammate on the field being harassed for a losing mistake. Mata Kishan Kaur is another brave Sikh figure from more recent times. When her husband died fighting in the army and her 2 young sons passed away, she was faced with extreme adversity. She was even refused her rightful ownership of land from her husband's greedy brother. Instead of cowering down before him, she slapped him hard and showed her conviction of equality and her strength. She started organizing people to preach and practice equality. As a part of the Gurdwara Freedom Movement, she helped drive out the Mahants and participated in organized events such as the Guru Ka Bagh Morcha and Jaddattin Morcha. Her actions brought attention to the atrocities of the British police, which made it hard for the British police to continue their barbaric behavior toward the Sikhs. Majda Kishan's core, supreme belief in human rights is a problem that still transcends over time now. She even served jail time for secretly infiltrating the British police's base. Reading her story, I feel encouraged to stand up for my basic rights, my religion, and maintain my Sikh Sarup, and also fight against injustices done to others. I also feel not just to stand on the sidelines and critique on the goings-on, but actively participate for the change I want in the society. Just like the high school kids at Florida High School have created March for Life organization for gun laws. Now let's look at how Sikh principles helped Sikh women not only maintain, but also grow Sikhwant in dire times. Two key principles of Sikhism help these women tolerate such cruelty. Maintaining the spirit of Chardikala and conducting personal sacrifice for the greater good. Chardikala means having a positive attitude and accepting the will of God even in tough times. Personal sacrifice means giving up even your own life for the greater good to fight oppression. In a time when Sikhs in Punjab were being massacred by Afghan forces, Mir Mandu imprisoned thousands of women and children. These women were tortured and made to witness the killing of their own children and were tortured in the most atrocious ways. Their faith in the Guru, their commitment to personal sacrifice, and their drive to maintain the spirit of Chardikala helped them get through such violence. They continuously recited Vaheguru then Vaheguru and did not give in to the oppression and helped maintain Sikhism. About 40 years later, there was another such example seen in Sardani Sada Kaur. Sada Kaur was only 22 years old when her husband died in battle. Instead of feeling sorry for herself, she recouped her strength and wit and reverted to her Chardikala spirits. She decided to marry her daughter to Ranjit Singh and guided Ranjit Singh from Maharaja of Punjab from only a clan chief, uniting the three Sikh missiles and setting the foundation of the Sikh Raj. Following these examples, I want to continue the Sikhi path of truth, hard work, equality, and service to others. Most importantly, I want to keep up the Chardikala spirit relentlessly and always have a good spirit even in tough circumstances. I resolve to sacrifice some of my playtime for good causes like sandwich seva and community service. In closing, I would like to reiterate that Sikhism will always prosper as long as we keep up the spirit of Chardikala and have faith in the Guru's teachings. Nanak naam Chardikala, tere bane sarbat da pala. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.
Sorry, parents, no request here. Please turn your cell phones on silent mode. We want to minimize all distractions here when the speaker is up here. Judges. Our next speaker is number 10, Harnoor Kaur. Number 10, Harnoor Kaur.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Mata Balkaur had the genes to serve the Sikh Panth, considering she belonged to a family which served Guru Arjan Dev Ji and Guru Har Gobind Ji. From her childhood, Mata Balkaur heard the sakhis of the martyrdom of the Gurus. She also learned about the tortures which were done to by Mati Dashi, by Sati Dashi, and by Dayala Ji. Since her teens, the desire to take revenge against the violence done to Sikhs was burning in her heart, and it went to the next level when she took Amrit in 1699. Being a woman, her choice of joining the Khalsa forces was turned down, but she didn't lose hope and started learning martial arts, mastered the art of using spear, and continued to nurse the idea of joining the Khalsa forces. She was so devoted to the Sikh Panth that she became upset when 46 wrote Bidava and came back to their homes. She reminded them, "Jab aapki aad nidan bane, at hi ran mein tab jooj maro." She said to them that our Guru has sacrificed his family for our freedom. She told them that you can sit at home and wear bangles and we ladies will fight for our Guru. Hearing her taunts, these Sikhs were ashamed at their deed and understood how they needed to be in the battlefield fighting for their Guru. She inspired them to return to the Guru's Sharan and led them to seek his pardon. Mata Kishan Kaur faced many challenges in her life as she became a widow at an early age and her sons died when they were young. Rather than bearing the curses of society or feeling lonely, she decided to spend the rest of her life in service of the Khalsa, and some of her achievements are: Number 1, she assisted the freedom movement to vacate Harmandir Sahib from Mahant so that Sikhs can take control. Number 2, during Guru Ka Bagh Morcha in 1922, she slapped a British police chief after hearing taunting words from him. Her brave and strong response shook the British government. Number 3, in Jaito agitation, she revealed true facts about Sikh killings by disguising herself as a Jain woman. The true news left the British government embarrassed. Prabh ke simar nahi jamtrasa. Mata Kishan Kaur will always be a guiding force in reminding me that I should have faith in Vaheguru, which will make me fearless and achieve the impossible. This is not my first symposium, and previously I didn't have the courage to look into the eyes of the audience while giving my speech. Her story has motivated me to be fearless and have a better interaction with the audience. I will continue to work on this, and I'm sure it will help me to get better not only in future symposiums, but also in my school life. She will always be a guiding force in reminding me that we are not limited in our capacity based on gender, caste, or creed. We just need to be rock solid in our faith. Sad Sangat Ji, just imagine how brave those Sikh mothers were, whose children were taken away from them, ripped apart in front of their eyes, and then the bodies of those children were cut up and strung around their mother's neck. Those brave women stuck to their faith and kept on reciting Vaheguru, Vaheguru, and gracefully accepted the unbearable as Vaheguru's command. Sir jaye ta jaye, mera sikhi sadak na jaye. They kept facing the most inhuman torture and continued to do Nitnem and Ardas by following the principle of Nam Japna and kept their faith. Sir Dharani Sadakor was circumspect by nature and worked selflessly towards carving a new era in the history of Punjab and helped Sikhs become the rulers of Punjab. She followed the principle of Kirat Karni with passion and made sacrifices, which included making alliances with other leaders, and marrying her very young daughter to Ranjit Singh. She worked towards the goal of 1/6 state, keeping the benefit of the community in mind. Learning is a key part of Sikhi, and I need to keep learning from my family members, Khalsa School, and initiatives like Symposium and Camp Gurmat. Jatu mere valhe takya mochanda. I can face any challenge as long as Vaheguru is on my side and will dwell within me only if I keep cleaning my soul through Naam Japna, Kirtkarni, and Vanchakna. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Judges. Our next speaker is Ekman Kaur. Ekman Kaur, number 9 on your list. She's not here. Next speaker, number 1, Harleen Kaur. Harleen Kaur, number 1 on your list, judges.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Harleen Kaur, and I'm going to tell you the story about the 3 brave Sikh women. The first one I'm going to tell you is Mata Kaur. So, Mata Kaur got upset with the 46th for coming home, who had gone to Anandpur Sahib to fight for Guru Gobind Singh and had deserted him under adverse battle conditions. Finding these 40 men, now called the Chalu Mukta, she persuaded them to find the Guru Gobind Singh Sahib. She convinced them to apologize for leaving Anandpur Sahib while it was under attack. She persuaded the 46 who had asked the Guru for permission to leave Anandpur Sahib and had been allowed to leave, but the Guru asked them first to leave the Khalsa and disavow them as the Guru. Now fate gave them a chance to redeem it. As the Guru knew that they were not weak, they could come back, and so he blessed them. So now I'm going to tell you about Mai Kishan Kaur. Mai Kishan Kaur is known for her tearless role in J2 allegation. She took the rights of Khalsa and decided to devote the rest of the life to the service of the Guru. She took a leading part in the construction of historical Gurdwara. She also took an active part in Shahidi Jatta. She played a significant role in Sikh religion. Every girl should follow her courageous deeds and immense strength to fight for the truth. She taught us how to live life with self-esteem and help others. Now, I'm going to tell you about Sadakar. Sadakar did not lose her heart even under adverse situations. She decided to face all her problems bravely and tactfully. She guided, advised, and helped her son-in-law Maharaja Ranjit Singh. She used both power and tact to rule over Punjab. I would love to follow Sardani Sadakar because I don't want to give up. No one can weaken you, influence you, or force you to change your religion and your identity. If you have full faith in Waheguru and complete devotion and determination to your faith. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Judges. Our next speaker is Harmeet Singh. Harmeet Singh, number 13 on your list, judges. Harmeet Singh. Not checked in. Next speaker, Harben Singh, number 7. Harben Singh.
साथ संगतियों वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह Mata Park was inspired in her early childhood. She was born in a family who served Guru Arjan Dev Ji and Guru Har Gobind Ji, and in her lifetime, she experienced terrorism and injustice against Sikhs. As a young girl, she heard Sakhis as the martyrdom of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. She was deeply influenced by Gurus who sacrificed themselves to rise against injustice. Mata Parker was upset at 46 because they left the mud fort when the Guru needed them most to fight the battle of Jamgor. Because they were seen by acting like cowards, Guru one time she says, "Suba so pachani hai jo lade rin ke hai." Puja kat mare kabu na chadeke. So Mata Parker convinced the 46 to return to the Guru and join him in the battle of Kidwana, where they were murdered and became shaheed. They were forgiven by Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Mata Kishan Kaur was a devoted Sikh who lost both her children and husband at a young age and became a widow. She was courageous in all her actions, including a fight for her land against her brother-in-law and against the curses of Hindu society of being a widow or feeling alone. Overcoming these obstacles, she spent the rest of her life in service of the Khalsa Panth. She stayed at Nanded for some time, took Amrit to become a state soldier, and started tying a turban on her head. She was ready to give up her life while following the Guru's message of Joto Prem Kalanka Chao Sirte Tali Gari Meriao. She cared for injured Sikhs in many battles, like Guru Ka Bagh Morcha. She gave first aid to injured Sikhs and took them to hospitals for medical care. Another major accomplishment by Mata Kishan Kaur was that she preached for equality of all men and women, regardless of caste or gender. In my own life, Mata Kishan Kaur's actions can be a guiding light, because whenever I see poor people, I will help them with whatever they need. I will also use her life example in my life and not give up in achieving my goals despite any obstacles. The life spent in the service of society is fruitful. I am confident that anyone can accomplish this by overcoming their family and societal limitations. Sardani Sadakor was married to Sardar Gurbakh Singh, son of Sardar Jai Singh. Her husband died in a big battle against Sardar Mahan Singh. She did not lose her heart, even in this situation, and faced it fearlessly. She reconciled with the main opponent, Mahan Singh, in order to combine the two big missiles. When Sardar Mahan Singh died, she married her daughter to Sardar Ranjit Singh and united the large missiles of Punjab. She showed bravery and wisdom in achieving the cherished goal of Sikhs becoming the rulers of Punjab. She believed in Vaheguru's will under all challenging circumstances. Mir Manu brutally tortured Sikh women and children and told them to convert into Islam, but they didn't, despite the torture they were given by Mir Manu. They were given inner strength because of their belief in Vaheguru, positive thinking and conviction. By standing firm in their beliefs, they showed courage and belief in Vaheguru. These actions of all of these saint soldiers, Sardani Sadakor and the Sikh women that Mir Manu jailed, have taught me to be courageous, stand up for myself and Sikh beliefs no matter what. Even if there was no one to support me in my beliefs that I hold to be true and righteous, I know Allah was waiting on my side to give me strength and confidence. In conclusion, these women, 6 state soldiers, including my Pago, Mata Kishan Kaur, and Sardani Sadakor, all demonstrate inspirational courage, selfless service, and belief in Jodi Kala. They are all role models for me and provide a guiding light that will help me overcome any problems or obstacles I may have to overcome in my life. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Judges. Our next speaker is number 6 on your list, Avleen Kaur. Avleen Kaur.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Guru Pyari Sad Sangat Ji, as we face challenges of oppression, inequality, and injustice, we can look up to many brave Sikh heroes for inspiration, courage, and guidance. Brave Sikhs throughout history have faced numerous trials, but by the Guru's blessings and their steadfast faith in Gurbani, they have emerged victorious against all odds. Today, I will share with you contributions made by some brave Sikh women who held on to their Sikhi principles even in the line of fire. One such embodiment of the Sikh spirit is Mata Ba Kaur. Right from an early age, she was deeply moved from the great stories she heard of the service and martyrdom of the Gurus and their Sikhs. These stories inspired her to learn the ways of a Khalsa, a saint soldier. In spite of her father's objections that fighting was only a man's profession, she learned horse riding, martial arts, and self-defense. Mata Ba Kaur was extremely disappointed by the cowardice of the 40 Singhs when they deserted Guru Gobind Singh Ji at the Battle of Anandpur Sahib and returned home. It was unimaginable to her that these 40 men could break allegiance with the Guru by giving and writing that he was not their Guru and they were not his Sikhs. She reminded them of the selfless sacrifices the Guru made and convinced them to join her to go back and help him. Under her lead, they faced a massive army, but made them retreat. This reminds me of a famous shlok by Bhagat Kabir Ji. Sura so pehchaniye jo lade din ke het, purja kachmare kabhu na chade khet. Another remarkable Sikh woman I admire is Mata Kishan Kaur Ji. She faced many obstacles and adverse conditions, but rose up to preach the fundamental equality of gender and class. After losing her husband and 2 young sons, she refused to live the subdued life of a widow. Instead, she fought for her land, which her brother-in-law deceitfully seized. She joined the Gurdwara Freedom Movement to help drive out the Mahants from the Gurdwaras, who refused offerings from low-caste Sikhs, as that was against Sikh principles. She helped nurse Sikhs who were beaten by British police and spied on police who were shooting a jatta of 500 innocent Sikhs. Instead of staying quiet, she risked her life and made these activities public. Like Mata Kishan Kaur Ji, I feel inspired to stand up for the environment and help make it better for the coming generation. Instead of feeling dejected by current leaders who favor profits over the environment, I want to bring my friends and neighbors together for this important cause. Also, I will focus on finding ways to help the suppressed and defend their rights. They shiva but mohe ehe, shib garmin te kabhu na taro arsiyo jab jai laro, nischay kar apni jeet karo. My third hero is Sardarni Sada Kaur. Despite losing her husband, she never gave up. Instead, she rose from the tragedy and found a way to make strategic alliance with her rival Mahan Singh. With tact and power, she took over neighboring missiles and built the biggest Sikh Raj in history. With her support and guidance, Maharaja Ranjit Singh was able to reach success and stature. Besides these 3 courageous women, there were countless other brave women who held on to their Sikhi principles and refused to give up their faith. There was a time when Sikh men were hunted and slaughtered by Mir Manu, but Sikh women were kept in horrific conditions, their children butchered in front of their eyes. But these brave women endured the hardship without a sigh on their lips and refused to break their faith. Time and time again, evil emperors have tried to force Sikhs to give up their faith. But the Sikhi principles of equality, justice, and never wavering from faith allowed the woman in Mir Manu's jail to withstand the torture and gave Sardarni Sada Kaur courage to keep moving forward. The world has changed, but humanity still suffers. The Me Too movement
reminds us that injustice will continue as long as victims and bystanders are afraid to raise their voices. One victim's voice can give hope to many. Like these brave women, I will use Sikhi principles to 1. Face bullies with courage and help the weak. 2. Face tragedy with strength and fight for my rights and rights of others. 3. To not crumble when circumstances get tough. And 4. Use tact and wisdom to bring out a positive change. I believe you are never too young to make a change. I would like to end with a famous quote from Malala Yousafzai, who at a young age fought for girls' education. I raise up my voice, not so I can shout, but so those without a voice can be heard. We cannot succeed when half of us are held back. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Judges. Our next speaker is number 12, Rohan Singh. Rohan Singh. He's not here. Last speaker in the group, Jaswint Singh. Number 11, Jaswint Singh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today I am here to talk about the brave women in the history of Sikhism. Women who devoted their life to help and protect others. Women who made their mark in history by following the path of Sikhi and Guru's teachings. Now before I begin talking about these brave and wise women, I want to ask you one question. If there is an unknown person near you that needs help, how many of you would be willing to help? I'll request you to think about this question. Okay. So being brave doesn't mean that you must fight with everyone in your way, but truthfully select the path you want, truthfully select the side you want to be on and follow the right path to fight against the wrongdoers. Mata Kaur, also known as Mai Pago, was a village girl who grew up listening to Sakhis of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji in the 3 Sikhs is how they fought the cruel rulers, but they never broke. After listening to those Sakhis, she decided to become a warrior and wanted to fight the violence against innocent people. As she grew older, she wanted to join Khalsa, but her dad did not support her, saying that she was just a girl and not a man to go fight. But she never lost her interest in this and learned all the skills she needed to know to fight. In 1704, during the Battle of Anandpur, 46 left Guru Gobind Singh Ji due to adverse fighting conditions. This upset Mai Pago, and she openly criticized those who left Guruji and told them that you should be ashamed. You deserted the one who sacrificed his whole family for humanity. Then she gathered everyone and told them to meet Guru Gobind Singh Ji and apologize for their actions. Now these are those same exact 40 men who later, under the leadership of Mai Pago, fought bravely next to Guruji in the Battle of Mukatsar. Mai Pago later stayed with Guru Gobind Singh Ji as a member of the group of Guruji's guards. So now if you're thinking that being brave only means picking up a sword and fighting against injustice, let me share some information on Mata Kishan Kaurji. Born in 1856, she accomplished unique fame with her right doings and following the teachings of Sikhism. After her husband died in 1902, she was left a widow with no one to support because her family snatched her land and left her to her plight. Then she bravely and single-handedly took back her land. When Mahants at Sri Darbar Sahib refused to accept offerings from lower caste, she spearheaded all the discussions to ensure that Mahants changed their actions immediately. In September 1922, when people were being beaten up by the British police, Mataji undertook the seva of the injured. When she was taunted by the British police chief, she slapped the chief, after which he ran away. This was a great insult to the British police, but she went to jail for a long duration on the charges of spying on the British police. Though she did that to expose the bad doings of the British police, the entire administration being British, she had no say in that and had to spend her time in jail. When she was released from jail, Khalsa Panth welcomed and honored her at Sri Akal Takht and gave her the title of Mata. Now just look at these brave Sikh women. What a contrasting attitude toward life. Undeterred, these brave women walked on the line of fire and made their mark in history. Can we become so humble and do a bit of what these brave women have done? Just think. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
That was our last speaker for Group 2. All the speakers did a great job. Let's do a loud Jakara for this group of speakers. Bole So Nihal.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. We are going to continue with the third group since we are running late anyway, but in between, if anybody wants to go, other than the participants and judges, we will be continuing. So group 3, time is always 6 minutes. So 5 minutes, 30 seconds, first bell, 6 minutes, second bell, 6 minutes, 30 seconds, third bell. And like I said, we will be having all our judges in front. Jevan Singh is here, and Jupin Kaur, she should be here too, and just Kiran Kaur should be here. So all the participants, and Pahul Kaur, you can announce the names. Oh, you are going to do it? The timekeeper? Do you want to announce the names? Come on. Okay. Okay. So group 3, Jagmeet Singh. Do I see you? Noorpreet Kaur, I see her. Insaf Singh, I see you. Harjot Kaur. Okay, yes. Jobin Singh, yes. Sahaj Kaur, I see you. So these are the ones, and Pukhraj Singh. So we don't have Karman Kaur and Ishmeet Singh in this group, right? And Harkeet Singh. Okay. So we will be starting pretty soon. And Irman Kaur will be announcing the names. And of course, Sandeep Singh and Irman Kaur will be the stage, taking care of.
For group 3, the book is Turban, the Sardari Emblem, and our first participant is Ishmeet Singh. He's not here? Okay. Our first participant for group 3 is number 5, Harjot Kaur. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. One of the most important tenets for a Sikh is their turban or the star. The star represents respect, honor, courage, and most importantly, Sikhism. Another ideal very important to us Sikhs are the 3 principles. The first, Nam Japna, means to keep Waheguru in mind at all times. The second, Kirt Karna, means to earn an honest living. The third, Vanshakna, means to donate to those who have less than you. A Sikh who has worn his dastar in his professional work is Prabhjot Singh. He was once attacked because of religious discrimination, but instead of reacting to the attack with anger or disgust, he wanted to teach the people who attacked him about Sikhism. He is a professor and serves the poor. Another Sikh who wears her dastar and earns an honest living is Balpreet Kaur. She conserves her facial hair, implying a great lesson. She says that no one will remember what she sounded or looked like, but the impact she made will be everlasting. And by not focusing on her outer beauty, she can think more about Waheguru. These 2 Sikhs follow the 3 principles of Sikhism and wear their dastars. It is obviously okay for people from other religions and backgrounds to wear the dastar. It is simply done out of respect for Sikhism, and they mean no harm or discrimination. Sometimes even they do it because they want to learn more. If we told somebody who wasn't a Sikh not to wear a turban, what kind of lesson is that implying? If they told you why, the first thing you might say is because you're not a Sikh. That's even worse because it's basically discrimination. And don't we want to teach more? But to teach more, we also have to know about it ourselves. Less than 50% of Sikhs don't wear turbans because they get bullied or their friends might not wear. One of the most important things to remember, though, is that if you don't wear the star, then who will? The Gurus went through continuous struggle to get the freedom to wear a turban. To get others to wear a turban, you can tell them what famous people wear it as well, to make them think it is more important and respectable in society today. The dastar represents respect, honor, courage, and Sikhism in so many ways. Discrimination might stop us from wearing it, but remember Prabhjot Singh and how even after getting attacked, he continued wearing a turban. Remember Balpreet Kaur and how even after getting criticism on social media, she continued by not cutting her hair. Remember the sacrifices the Gurus made for the freedom to wear the star to protect our identity. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Our next participant will be number 3, Noorpreet Kaur.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह नापाक कर हदूर हदीसा साबत सुरत दस्तार सिरा. This pankti was written by Shri Guru Arjan Dev Ji. It means to let purify the impure mind be your book of divine instructions, and a wholesome personality be the turban on your head. Sikhs in the past have fought for their turban rights. We all know about Bhai Tara Singh Ji's Shahidi. He laid his life out of respect for Kesh and the Star. There are more Singhs like him even now, like in France. The government had banned turbans. The Sikhs got together and fought for their turban rights. And they fought to get the turban unbanned. A true turbanator should not run from problems, but should face them and solve them and help others solve their problems. History is full of examples where turban Sikhs stood against the tyranny to protect the innocents while doing their civil and military duties. The famous War of Saragarhi was fought by 21 turban and baptized Singhs against Afridi invaders, putting their life on the line to perform their duties. Sadly, these Singhs lost their lives, but they were honored, but that is not why they sacrificed their life. They did it because it was the right thing to do. Each one of us can also make a difference by spreading awareness among others. We do not have to give up our life, but we should contribute to the community. For example, we all know how many people get together to celebrate 4th of July. At Heritage Park, a group of turban Sikhs give free water out to people on a hot day. They do this selfless service to help others stay hydrated during the hot weather. People started to notice and gave a positive response to their selfless service. These Singhs also gave out flyers to tell about the Sikh beliefs. We all should be more involved in our community. This way people will start to notice you on their own, and you will be spreading the message of Seva, which is one of the key principles of Sikhi. We should connect our kids to Sikhi. They are growing up with a different thinking and a different culture. They should know why they're supposed to keep their kesh. They should keep their kesh out of love, not fear. They should take care of the kesh and well, and tie the star. Guruji taught us to wear the star and to stand out. This is our identity. But when you wear a cap or a sports hat to cover that kesh, that takes away our identity. We are hidden in the crowd. We are forgotten. We should well educate our kids and make sure they work hard and go to higher posts and become better people, where more people can see and observe. You should make sure your child does not go on the wrong path that will ruin the Sikh identity. The turban is the identity of Sikhs, and is supposed to be worn is not worn as an outfit piece. When one wears a turban, he or she represents the whole Sikh Qawm. While wearing a turban, one should be mindful of his or her actions. Anyone can wear a turban as long as they keep the respect. The turban is the wholesome personality. It plays a very important role in our culture. The turban means a lot. It depends on what you do with it. If the turban is placed on your head, it is a crown. It means you're being honored for something huge or given a great responsibility. If the turban is being exchanged with someone, you are sealing a very good friendship, like Maharaja Ranjit Singh and Maratha Sinde Rao. Their turban and became very good friends. If you put your turban on someone's feet, then you are giving respect and honor to that person. Be mindful that Sikhs bow their head to none other than Guruji. There are people in this world that are improving the image of Sikhs with their actions and making respect for someone who wears a turban. People like Jagmeet Singh stood up to be the leader of a group in a parliament in a country like Canada. This action spread a lot of awareness about Sikhism. He also helped and did a lot of good things for his people. This made people respect him from their heart and admire his kindness. More people heard about Sikhism and how they can be very helpful, kind, and polite. This helped people know the characteristics of a true Sikh. My dastar is a figure of majesty, a promise of integrity, a crown of dignity, a force of equality, a way to stand out, a symbol of my faith, a gift from my Guru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Judges, that was number 3, Noorpreet Kaur. Sure. Okay. Sure.
Our next participant will be number 2, Jagmeet Singh.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह मेरा नाम जगमीत सिंह है मैं 12 साल दा हां Sikhism is our guiding light to becoming better human beings. In the time when it arose, it helped people understand the importance of equality. It taught us that God does not differentiate and that each one of us is capable of understanding ourselves, doing the right thing, and thereby connecting to Vaheguru. The turban is one of the symbols of the religion. Its importance is unquestionable. Through its ideas and orders, Sikhism also teaches us about self-discipline. Therefore, in order to honor the turban in today's world, I think firstly it is important to connect to the basic ideas of Sikhism and learn to be better human beings. If we aren't able to do that, we might even disrespect the turban and other Sikh symbols. Therefore, while talking to fellow Sikhs, we first need to gain clarity on inculcating ideas of a clean mind. As a person trying to understand this world, the way in which society works and the impact my decisions have on my life, respecting our physical embodiments like our hair is a huge responsibility, which needs to be treated as equally as becoming better human beings every day. Therefore, I believe while talking to fellow Sikhs about the importance of the turban, we also need to explore what being a good human in today's world means. This is something I am on the path to understanding and exploring, and I am blessed to have my mother's support in this process. It is also important to understand that the turban represents certain values of Sikhism and therefore needs to be respected with the same intensity. There have been successful attempts, such as Turban Awareness Day, celebrated by the Parliament of UK recently in 2018, to create awareness among the locals about Sikhism and the importance of the turban in their religion. Such efforts are important to guide people in a positive and friendly manner, for them to be able to respect Sikhism and its culture. However, for a single non-Sikh to wear a turban might not be completely appropriate. While researching for this speech, I looked through photos of rapper Nick Cannon and observed that he does not even wear a proper Sikh turban in most of his photos. And ultimately, his intention to raise awareness on all forms of culture might be correct, but the act of wearing a ready-made turban just might not be. It's not just a turban, but a Sikh, non-Sikh needs to appreciate and respect all of the symbols of Sikh ideas as well. Fortunately, there are many Sikh professionals who still imbibe the turban and carry on to perform their societal duties in an ideal manner. One such Singh who inspires me is Ravi Singh, founder of Khalsa Aid Foundation. One of the most important teachings of Sikhism is Sarbat Da Bhala, and through his relief work, Ravi Singh practices this teaching. His organization, called Khalsa Aid, provides all form of relief in areas that have undergone massive destruction or any natural calamity. From Syria to Kerala in India, people of the human society, they are also acting on our Guru's teachings of equality. Langar is a very important part of their work, and wherever they go, they make sure that every person has access to clean food. Most importantly, Ravi Singh in his work has taught me the importance of being a good human being, helping everyone in every way possible, and thereby truly living the lessons Sikhism teaches us. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Our next participant will be Insaf Singh, number 4.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Insaf Singh, and I'm going to tell you about the turban. The turban, also called the star, is the crown of the Sikhs. Our Guru has given us this gift of identity to serve the world, fight for the defenseless, and deliver justice. I can honor the turban a lot of different ways. I will not keep it on the ground and will not drop it. I can not swing it around and I will not play with it. I can tie it neatly and not disrespect it. While I am wearing it, I will be nice and kind to everyone around me. I will also help anyone that needs help. My behavior will be the best when I am wearing a turban because others will know that people who wear turbans are good people. I can effectively spread the message of honoring the turban by giving more speeches like this and also convincing them that a turban is more than a piece of cloth. I can also help them tie the turban neater. Then people will tell others to honor the turban more and it will be a chain reaction. Everyone will act respectful and kind while wearing a turban. If I'm wearing a turban at school, I will treat everyone fairly and will listen to them. If I'm wearing a turban at Gurdwara, I will not run it around and not make it a play place. If I do something wrong while wearing a turban, then other people will not respect and honor the turban, so I have to keep my behavior up all of the time. I think it is okay for non-Sikhs to wear the turban because they can do whatever they want. If they like wearing a turban, they can wear it even if they are not Sikhs. If they are wearing a turban because they respect the Sikhs, then they should be allowed to. They could be inspired to be like us because we are very helpful. If they're inspired by us, we should not shut them out. We should let them do the things we do. Our behavior should be so good that they want to wear a turban because we help so many people and we don't run away from the danger. We defend everyone else and we sacrifice our lives. Khalsa Aid is the current day Paikaneaji. They go out into countries that are torn by war and give the people food, water, and shelter. They don't care about their lives because their turban is their source of energy. The Sikhs stand up and protest against genocides and against anyone because everyone has the same divine light within them. Gurbani says, Mantun Jot Sarup hai apna mool pachan. They don't care what will happen to them. They just become a surma, a person who helps people who can't help themselves. They are the real heroes. Sura so pechaniya jo lahre deen ke het. I look up to my mom as a prominent Sikh. Her name is Arpinder Kaur and she is very giving. She volunteers her time at mine and my brother's school. She also gives her time, effort, and money to the Khalsa school. She does a lot of seva. My mom is also the only turban Sikh that is an airline pilot in the whole North America. She gets people safely from one place to another. She inspires people to do whatever they want even though no one else does it. What she does is unique. My mom destroys the negative view of turbans after 9/11. In the past, men were thought better than women and men always got more credit at doing brave exploits. Arpinder Kaur defies the male-dominated stereotypes and does what she wants to. Every day, she does her job to the fullest. In conclusion, I will honor the turban by following the teachings of the Guru, which will be shown through my behavior. I will aspire and hopefully inspire others to become divine-like through my identity and actions as reflected by the Gurbani line, Khoob teri pagri, meethe tere bol. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you, Insaf Singh. We'll give the judges a minute to finish up. Our next participant will be Sahaj God, number 7.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Our crown, our pride, our symbol of royalty. The majestic turban, one that no other emblem might rival, is the robe of honor and prestige for any true Sikh who has been blessed greatly enough to be embraced by Vaheguru himself. The turban was our badge of glory and grandeur, our identity as a kindred soul and an altruistic person, our throne of total and complete commitment to the higher consciousness and being. Countless freedom fighters have fought for this crown, as it was a must in life. One would rather go to the most tremendous lengths to keep this turban on their head, and even the thought of removing it never once came in the mind of any Sikh. These thoughts, I pray, will stay with me in the honor of my turban. Unfortunately, this is no longer the case. Many modern parents have failed to educate their children on the values of the Sikh faith, thus causing there to be a gap in the generations. Many Sikh children today have never once had the thought of wearing a turban and have gone their whole lives as clean-shaven. As for honoring the turban, I can think of no better way than to reignite the fire in the youngest generation that the older ones had before us. That very same fire that fueled Baba Khadak Singh Ji as he went 5 years in prison, day and night, wearing nothing but a kashera in order to gain the right to wear his black turban again. That very same fire that fueled Kulvinder Singh as he stood outside a university in a peaceful protest after his expelment, until his point was heard and his dastar allowed in the school's uniform. We need to reinstall the importance of a Sikh's turban so our youth may continue to fight for it, as our elders did. So how can we spread this message? Well, many of you may have heard of Basics of Sikhi. They're a group that answers questions about Sikhi and posts videos online for the world to see. That is a very influential way to capture the youth's attention because, as we know, social network is the most effective way to spread a message these days. However, I believe there is much more one can do as an individual. We can work to better ourselves and ingrain Sikh morals in our minds. We can excel in sports, studies, and life, proudly sporting a turban atop our heads. We can be the change ourselves, and when others see us, hopefully, they will be inspired to improve themselves too. They will look at us and go, if they can do it, surely I can too. Individuals such as Jagmeet Singh and Harjit Singh Sajjan can influence young Sikhs to be like them. They can become role models and hopes and dreams for little ones all over the world. Jagmeet Singh, a Canadian political leader of the New Democratic Party, started out as a simple criminal justice lawyer in 2011 and has since reached astounding heights in the Canadian government. Although his appearance as a Sikh may have warranted many potential supporters to be reluctant in giving him their vote, he has still gone through his whole political career proudly holding his head high with his turban sitting right atop it. And soon enough, people began to see him for his morals and beliefs, not his turban and beard. This has led me to believe that if Jagmeet Singh has gained so many supporters because of what he believes and not what he looks like, then in the long run, looks won't matter. Instead of worrying what people may think about me looking different, I should worry about the way I act. I should concentrate on implementing Vaheguru's beliefs in my life and becoming brave and generous like a true Sikh must be. Because in reality, if I truly become a Sikh, people will stop seeing my turban as something different or dangerous. They will see it as a sign of someone righteous and honest. The turban will become a beacon of safety, a beacon of reassurance, and suddenly Sikhs will not be targets anymore. They will become guardians, even guides for the rest of the world. People like Jagmeet Singh are true role models for me. They are the change in the world, and if we become like them, we can be a part of that change too. So what are the origins of the Dastar? People may say Guru Nanak Sahib Ji started it, but in reality it was a big part of many religions before Sikhism was even introduced. The Jews wore them, the Muslims wore them, even Hindus have worn them. Turbans have never been confined to Sikhi alone. In fact, during Guru Gobind Singh Ji's time, the Mughals declared that only the royal class may wear turbans. And if anyone else is seen wearing them, they will be executed. Guru Gobind Singh Ji quickly shut down that decree and in 1699 made it a must to wear a turban. The turban is meant to empower and inspire others. It is not the Sikh way to stop others from going down the path to Vaheguru. And if one such individual feels empowered or enlightened by adorning it, we do not have any right to stop them. Some may wear it for fashion, others to show support. Either way, Sikhs cannot believe that the turban belongs to them alone. It is a symbol to be shared and enjoyed together. The turban is a remarkable emblem, one that must continue to be upheld for ages to come. The Sikh Panth cannot afford to lose our identity, and we must continue to become role models for the future. We must be open to all races and all religions to progress into the millennium. We must bring back the turban and all that it stands for. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you, Sahaj Kaur. We'll give the judges a minute to finish up. Our next participant will be Jobin Singh, number 6.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. One of the many battle Sikhs of the 20th century have fought for is the right to wear their turban. A young student named Govinder Singh wore his turban at school and got expelled. But using the power of silent protest, he was allowed back into the school, proudly displaying Sikh Swaroop. Sura so pehchaniye jo laridin ke het, porja porja katmare kapun nachade khet, accurately describes the struggles. There are many ways that I can honor the turban and effectively spread the message of Sikhi. First, I can teach myself the importance of wearing a turban so that I can educate others on its role in Sikhism. I can also email fellow Sikhs that are cutting their hair to ask them, why are you cutting your hair and refusing God's gift? I can raise funds to buy Sikh history books and distribute them to the gurdwaras and local libraries. I can organize events where you watch plays or movies that show the importance of the turban. I can also lead turban tying competitions in schools, gurdwaras, and other places to inspire young Sikhs to take pride in their unique heritage concerning the turban. I can also recite the poem entitled "Turban is Special" to promote unity and respect. A turban should be kept in a place which is clean and maintained in a neat manner. Also, never put the turban on the floor or near places where it can be stepped on. It is my responsibility to keep my hair clean and unshorn, because the turban is for covering uncut hair. These actions will remind fellow Sikhs of a rich history and sacrifices made to wear the unique turban and give them a guiding light toward the path of Sikhi. I believe it is okay for non-Sikhs to wear the turban because Sikhism does not impose any restrictions for people of other faiths to wear the turban as long as they respect and recognize our rights to wear the turban. Many people of various cultures wear turbans for different reasons. Before Sikhism, only higher classes and elites of society wore turbans. For example, Hindus wear turbans during pious occasions of their life, such as weddings. It is also true to say that many Arab and Asian Muslims wear the turban purely for customary reasons. But for them, there is no religious requirement that a turban should be worn. In Sikhism, all people are considered equal, and thus every Sikh wears a turban, signifying equality. For Sikhs, the turban is a mandatory religious article of faith, as given to us by our gurus. It is not an optional or customary symbol, but represents the Sikh's connection to his guru and pride in Sikhism and its principles. I believe there are many benefits in accepting non-Sikhs to wear the turban. First, it will raise awareness of the meaning of turbans. That will lead to people asking questions and understanding more about our faith in general. If society becomes more familiar with the meaning of the turban for Sikhs, there will be less discrimination and less bullying of kids in schools. Secondly, as mentioned before, turbans have been worn for centuries, even before Sikhism, and we should respect their right to wear a turban. You don't have to be a Sikh to wear a turban, but in order to be a Sikh, you must wear a turban. The modern-day Sikh professional I admire most is my role model, Dr. Manmohan Singh. He served as a chief economic advisor of India in the 90s and as the 13th Prime Minister of India. With a doctorate from Oxford University, he is the most educated Prime Minister in the history of India. Henry Kissinger, former U.S. Secretary of State and National Security Advisor, describes him as a statesman with vision, persistence, and integrity. He is widely credited for liberalizing the Indian economy in the 90s, leading to a dramatic period of economic prosperity from the 1990s to present. His high profile and public international status has helped raise awareness of the turban and Sikhism all over the world. Dr. Manmohan Singh represents the Sikh principles through his professional work in many ways. First, with his hard work, he was able to go to the best schools and get a great education. He is the first Sikh ever to hold the position of Prime Minister. Secondly, to help the poor and needy, Manmohan Singh started the National Rural Health Mission
to address the healthcare needs of underserved rural areas by mobilizing thousands of rural clinics. Instead of focusing on personal wealth and selfish ideals, he used his high-profile position to help the poor and needy. He is my role model because he has accomplished a lot while maintaining pride in his clean and unshorn hair, proudly displayed Sikh Sarup, and raised awareness of Sikhism. In conclusion, Dr. Manmohan Singh is a man known far and wide for his impressive and remarkable deeds that still impact the world today, while living his life to the fullest capacity with basic Sikh principles. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you, Jobin Singh. Give the judges a minute to finish up scoring. Our next participant is the last one of Group 3, Pukaraj Singh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Hi, my name is Pukaraj Singh. Today I will tell you about a turban, what it is and how nowadays it is not respected like it used to be. A turban is more than just a colorful and neatly tied up piece of cloth on a Sikh's head. It is a lot more than you think. It is a crown given to us by our 10th Guru. I describe it as a crown because it is beautiful and a cloth that is worth a lot. When I say a cloth worth a lot, I mean it tells about our religion, and our religion has had some moments to remember. It may not be worth a lot to a person that does not believe in Sikhism, but to a person who does, it is a thing they cannot drag under his or her feet. He or she will not, because a true Sikh respects the crown. But the world is no longer the same. A Sikh is not the same, and the turban is not being respected anymore. Sikhs have fought battles for the right to wear their turban on their heads. People have forgotten it all, and nowadays people drag a turban in their feet. So to honor the turban again, we must respect it. Everyone try to wear one, and when you take it off, put it down respectfully. Tell your friends to wear a turban. Give them books on what a turban is. Your friend does not have to be a Sikh to wear a turban. The reason behind this is when our Sikhism was created, any type of human being was welcome to believe in it, even if they were a different mankind. All I'm saying is Sikhism welcomes all type. Not only do you see Sikhs with beautifully tied turbans on their heads at Gurdwaras, you will see Sikhs in positions in their states or even maybe countries. One Sikh goes by the name of Jagmeet Singh. His professional job is a lawyer and politician serving as leader of the New Democratic Party since 2017. He is like a Sikh at war and represents a Sikh well through his job. When I say he is like a Sikh at war, I mean he is fighting in court against others as a Sikh would in wartime. He helps out with their problems as a Sikh would do if he saw trouble. Sikh have fought to keep turbans on their heads, and if they had not, there would be no true Sikhs. I say this because without a turban, no true Sikh, and without a Sikh, no turban. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
That was our last speaker for Group 3. All the speeches were amazing. Let's do a loud Jakara to the Group 3 speakers. Bole So Nihal. We'll take a break. And we'll start with the group 1 at 1 p.m. Is that good?
ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਖੜਾ ਹੋਣ ਲਈ ਕਹਿਣਗੇ ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਤੂੰ ਛੋਟੀ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਇੱਧਰ ਆ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏਂਗੀ ਆ ਦੇਖ ਆ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਪੇਪਰ ਪਿਆ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਰੀਡ ਦਿਸ ਨਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਤੂੰ ਰੀਡ